Well, hey there, y'all. Well, everybody. Oh, man. I decided I was going to come to this park to attempt and try skating outdoors because yesterday I did get my bearings for my new outdoor wheels. And I went yesterday to attempt to do this, and it was a complete nightmare. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. But for right now, I was just going to show you. Um, I came prepared. Well, here, let me show you this real quick. I came prepared. I have this like broom. You can put it together and it makes a broom, and it's nice and convenient, for putting in my bike basket. Got my skates and everything here with me. So I came and I scoped out the area because I was thinking maybe this would be a good place to try and start skating outdoors because it's a park. It's got this nice sidewalk here that has grass on either side. So if I, got nervous or something, I could kind of go off into the grass. And so I came and I swept this area here. And I sat over here to put on my skates and everything. Got all my gear on, got my skates on. I walked over here, stood on here, and I was like, oh God. I went from here to there and back, and I was freaking out. So I sat down and said, nah, I can't do this. I did not have the actual outdoor wheels on my skates because that's the story I'll tell you in just a minute as to what happened yesterday with that. So I thought I would just try at this point. I thought, well, let me just try my wheels that I was using indoors because they're supposed to be indoor, outdoor, but all the reviews said don't try them outside. They're terrible outdoors. But I thought I'd give it a try anyway, just because I'm used to those wheels now after, several days of having the skates and skating around inside. So anyway, it is beautiful here. I mean, look how gorgeous this is. And it really is a great place. And I mean, there's like a circular sidewalk over there. And I went and checked it out. And I mean, it might be decent to try out too. But, I mean, as you can see, I am literally the only person here. There is no one else here at all. And being that I'm trying this out, outdoors, away from the comfort of my own home, and I'm all by myself, I just thought, I am way too nervous and way too paranoid and way too far away from home because this is way into the far end of town. So I'm really way too far from home to be out here trying this all alone for my first time. I even checked this area out in here because I thought, well, this is a pretty decent area, but it's got a lot of bumps and stuff, and I am just not progressed to that level yet. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around and just finish telling you the story about what happened yesterday. Well, hey again. I hope I'm not yelling in the microphone. I can see the little thing is going, and so it might be really loud, and I apologize. I'll try to make adjustments in the sound when I edit this. So yesterday, once I got my bearings, I was so excited and I put them in my wheels and I did fine. I was like really proud of myself because I'd never put bearings in wheels before and took my wheels off and put on different ones and, all that stuff. So I was like really proud and excited. And so I decided to go up to that area that's up close to where I live that I had shown in a video before I ever got the skates. Because it's like a big open space, a big open concrete area. And I was like, this would be a great place to skate, So I went up there to try it out. Well, once I got there and I'm like looking around because I wanted to, check the area, make sure there wasn't any like large sticks or anything, that I could trip over and stuff like that. Then I was like looking around trying to figure out where I was going to put my skates on. I'm used to sitting on the edge of my bed to put on my skates, and I've got a table next to me that I can kind of hold on to when I get up and down and things like that. And I'm looking around and I'm like, there is like nothing around. And the only thing that there was like over there they have gym equipment similar to this. It's all broken down and old and stuff. But anyway, they've got all this old gym equipment and stuff. And it's up on a thing that's kind of raised up. It's not real high off the ground. But anyway, there was like a little ledge. And I thought, well, okay, I'll put my skates on here. So I'm sitting there and I put on all my gear and my skates. And I'm like looking at it going, I don't think I'm going to be able to stand up. Because right at my feet was like this drain kind of thing. It was like or I don't really know what you'd call it. I guess it's kind of like, like a divot thing or something for water to run down, I guess. And so, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how I can hold this up. So I'm like thinking, great, I should probably look for a different place because I cannot stand up here. I mean, I will not be able to do this. So I took my skates off and I went walking around, and there was this like concrete building. It was just this concrete building. There was nothing to hold on to there either, but right next to it was like a sidewalk that was kind of raised up off the ground, but it met up with the concrete that I would be skating on. So I'm like, okay, that would work. So I go over there and I put on my skates, and I was on my second skate. It was on my foot, but I hadn't laced it up yet. When all of a sudden I see something out of the corner of my eye moving, and I turned and I looked, and right there was a snake staring me in the face. I literally thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was so panicked. I was shaking so bad. I'm like, oh my God, go away, please go away. Because I was in a situation where there was nothing I could do. I had 2 skates on my feet. I've never skated outside since I was like 6 years old or something. I was a child the last time I skated on concrete. And I was literally like in a panic. This thing was, I don't know if it was a dangerous snake. It was a green snake, which I know typically are not dangerous. But in Thailand, there's a lot of different types of snakes that, I have not seen in America. So I don't know for sure. I didn't know. And plus, it wouldn't matter anyway. I'm terrified of snakes and I didn't want the thing near me. But it was literally right there. I could have reached out and grabbed it. That's how close it was to me. It had slithered. It was coming towards me when I first looked over, and it raised up and it was like looking me in the eyes. And I was just like, oh, sorry about that. I was just like, oh my God. And in that moment, I only had a second to figure out, what am I going to do? It was either, finish lacing up my other skate so that I could try to skate away, or try to take my skates off really fast so that I could run like hell. But it was right there. Luckily, it decided to turn around and slither off, but I didn't see where it went because I was busy trying to lace up my other skate because I was closer to having both skates on than taking them off. And I don't even think I laced it up right because I was shaking so bad I couldn't get the laces to lace. And so I finally got them on, and then I went to go stand up, and I was like, oh my God, those new bearings that I got, they're like super fast spinning on these brand new wheels that I've never used before. I literally thought I was going to go sailing off into the sunset on these things. I was like, oh my God, no. So then I had to decide, okay, I don't see the snake. I don't know where it could be. It could be anywhere. And there was some brush behind me. So I was like, I don't know what's around here, but I sat back down, quickly got the skates off my feet and took off to get back over to where my bike was parked and my shoes and everything. I was shaking so bad. It was hard for me to do anything, and I could barely even stand up. My knees were so weak because I was so terrified, because I realized in that moment, I was like, oh my God, what would I have done if that had been a cobra? What if that had been something that I knew for a fact was a very deadly and dangerous snake? I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Because if I had tried to get up and go skating away, not being experienced at all, because I'm like really at the beginning stages of this, only skating around in my little tiny kitchen area, I thought I would have fallen, probably hurt myself really badly, and that thing could have come over there, gotten onto me, done, all these things went through my head. I could not wait to get home, which fortunately was just right up the road. Then once I got home, I literally was just like freaking out for like 2 solid hours. I couldn't stop freaking out. I was absolutely just shaking. That was so terrifying. So I knew then, I was like, no, I can't come back up here until I've got a better plan, because there's nowhere to sit. There's just no way for me to quickly do anything on a pair of skates like that. Sorry if that's really loud. I don't know if it can. Now it's too bright over there. Hang on. Turn back around this way. It's really hard for me to see anyway. So yeah, it was a horrifying experience. It was just absolutely horrifying. And I'm going to have to just figure out something else. That's why I started thinking about this place and decided to come and try this, but I was too scared to even try this yet. I'm just not prepared. I'm not ready for this yet. I want to, and that's why I tried my other wheels that I already had on the skates that I'm getting used to, because they're not as rolly. They're not as fast. And I mean, I'm telling you, those bearings I got, they are freaking fast, man. I go to spin the wheel and it just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. The wheels I have on the skates, I can spin it and it goes around a couple of times and stops. So there's a huge difference there. So I'm going to have to figure something out with that, because that's just not going to work. But anyway, y'all, my hand is going to sleep trying to hold this phone up. I mean, literally my fingers are going numb. So I'm going to get going. Now that I'm in the far end of town, I figure I might as well take advantage of it and go on a couple of errands. I'm going to go see if that 5-star chicken place is open. Maybe get me a couple of pieces of chicken to have to eat, because I haven't eaten anything yet. And then go back home and see if I can figure something out, because I really want to get to where I can skate outside, but I don't think I'm ready for it. At least not with what I've got to work with right yet. I'm not ready. I'm gonna have to think it through a little bit, because I don't want to risk anything. That yesterday really scared me, and it really put things into perspective that you're all by yourself. If you got into trouble with something like this, you're just out of luck. You don't have anybody to help you or anything, and I don't know. So anyhow, y'all, I hope y'all are having a great weekend. And if I come up with anything else, I'll stick it on here. If not, I hope y'all have a great weekend. And I look forward to talking to you later. So have a good one, everybody.